Hey, this is your recap Auntie. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hopefully, y'all are doing great. I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking. Well, we made it through another week of Beyond the Gates. It had more great shows than not so great. Wednesday, I was like, "Meh," but the rest of the shows was pretty dope this week. I just was tired of seeing Leslie's ass this week, so I'm sure. Well, we'll see if we're gonna see her today. We're gonna do a full recap of episode number 177 on Beyond the Gates, and let's go ahead and get this review started. Let's go ahead and pull our chairs up, honey. I'm gonna go back to old school tapping on the door, tap, because I'm knock. Everybody else on the show might not do it, but I'm polite. I ain't just gonna walk up in there, right? I'm gonna knock. All right, let's go ahead and get this recap started in five, four, three, two, one. I gave your ass 3 times, to come back, but you still couldn't capitalize. We are at the country club with Vernon and his real son, Martin. I guess they just finished either playing pickleball or tennis. But anyway, Vernon is telling Martin how pretty much he whooped his ass. Even though he gave him 3 times to come back, but Martin couldn't do that shit. He was like, I was just taking it easy on you, granddad. Now this sweater that this bitch got on, she's an extra. It's a sweat on the top and it's fur on the bottom. I will have a picture up here. I like that. I like that. I might have to take a picture of that, honey, to see where I can find that. Cause I like that baby. I really do. I like little weird, one of a kind, odd looking pieces. That's like a statement piece, and I love that. Okay, back to the show. I found that shit. It's on AliExpress. It's called the Woman Luxury New Design Real Fox. This ain't no real fox fur belt sweater autumn fox fur coat. I'm getting this. I'm treating myself to this shit before it sells the fuck out because I love that. It only comes in one size, but I can make it fit. I'm finna get this. It better not be sold out. I'm getting ready to get this. All right, back to the show. I feel like that's her coat because she was like, Yes, bitch, I got this piece for your ass. I can look like I got some money." And she is, honey. Go ahead, sis. So Martin he says something to Vernon, but anyway, I was looking at her coat. He said they try to push some damn education bill, but they're losing votes one rep at a time. Oh, well, if you needed it to work, you didn't have to keep our squash date, son. You didn't have to do that. I mean, I haven't seen an Izod Lacoste sweater in a long time, so Bernie got on an Izod Lacoste. That's old school. He was like, "No, time with you is very much important," Martin says. He said, and I've been so busy trying to put my damn family back together. I needed to blow off some steam, so it's all good. Squash? What is squash? I guess that's a rich man's game. Glad to hear that things with the kids and Smitty are back on track. However, it's not just been your squash game that has suffered. Ooh, he said, he said your political career, Martin. If you don't get your head back in this political run quick and fast in a hurry, I'm afraid that them opponents is going to beat your butt in the midterms quicker than I beat your ass on that court. Every time I look around, you're stuffing your face. We're at the red door, and that is what Tyrell tells Samantha. She was like, "Look, I'm still grounded, honey. I ain't got no phone, I ain't got no laptop, and I ain't got no damn life." Well, Smitty said that she can go with him and Tyrell. They go into some big streaming thing with Mr. B's, iStream, whatever, Kai Senate, Kai Sanat, all of the big streaming dudes. Can you believe? I think that Kai Sanat dude just started around when the vid hit. I'm telling when I tell you kids will take chances. I sometimes wish I could rewind the clock back, but Beyond the Gates wasn't on. I wish that I could rewind the clock back and really jumped more on YouTube back then because a lot of people really was big back then because all of them nobody was acting. They were showing all these reruns. We was all on curfews. Nobody they was showing people had created their own presence on YouTube back then. They was doing it. You pretty much had your own TV show. And I wish that I wasn't so shy back then. Not shy, but I really didn't know what to talk about. I thought my life was boring. Back then it really wasn't boring. I could have talked, but I wasn't trying to share none of that. But because this particular show has opened up a door. Maybe, it's better late than never. But sometimes I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I wish that I would have taken advantage of the 2020 window of being on YouTube, because so many people have grown so quickly because of that moment, because people weren't looking at TV. They was busy watching the YouTube, and I was one of them. Now my TikTok did blow up. It did. I have, like I said, I have over 30,000 followers on TikTok. I just need to know how to monetize that shit. I don't know how to monetize it, because I mean, what I was sharing, it was like other people's stuff. I would do like little reactions to old school shows, stuff like that. You can always go on my TikTok and follow me. It's the same name, Recap Auntie. Going over there, you'll see all the stuff that I would share in the past. I would even compare what's her name, Shirley Ralph's character from when she was at a PCD Action or one of them shows, to compare to Abby Elementary. Remember how she cussed out that teacher in a PCD Action? She cussed that teacher the fuck out. And then how this particular character, her name was Barbara, also back then on that movie. It might not have been a PCD Action, it might have been some other movie. Y'all will tell me in the comments below. But it's strange how she, her name is Barbara in the old school movie back in the 70s. Her character on Abbott Elementary is also named as Barbara, and she's a teacher. So it's like the connection is so weird and so strange. So I would do stuff like that. I have a Dick Cavett and uh what's the poet name? There's a Dick Cavett and Richard Pryor video that I shared over there. That gets a whole lot of views. A Sanford and Son gets a whole lot of views over there. When Justin Timberlake accidentally, quote unquote, ripped off Janet Jackson's top, that got a lot of views. I mean, I got I got millions of views on a lot of this stuff, a whole lot of views. The Ariana Grande when she sang at Aretha Franklin's funeral, how all the ministers in the damn pulpit was looking at her short ass dress. Those got a lot of views. So I get, but those are things that I share because I like old school stuff. So if you ever feel bored and you want to look at some old school interviews that I shared on TikTok, go on over there. And I just might do a little voiceover like I'm doing right now. And then I talk about, different things that popped up, interviews with mostly celebrities stuff, mostly celebrities. So yeah, Tamar Braxton, James Brown, Aretha Franklin talked about how Diana Ross didn't like the Supremes. It's a lot of like old school interviews that you might not find anywhere else, but you'll find it on my particular channel. So feel free to take a look whenever you're free one Saturday and have some fun. All right, back to the show. So Smitty talking about he's not up with the Twitchers, so he tried to invite them to go out with him or do something with him, and so Tyrell was like, "Well, it's cool, Pop. I mean, Dad, but I'm good. I'm planning on rewatching some anime." So he and Jessica are gonna be sitting there watching it together. They're gonna be FaceTiming each other, and then they're gonna watch each other's facial reactions. She's such a tattletale. When I tell you, when Samantha gets her boo, I'm gonna be happy for her because she is just so miserable. When she's miserable, she makes the whole fucking house miserable. So Smitty was like, "It's cool, we'll have plenty of fun when it comes to Thanksgiving." So he was like, about that, I was hoping that you could tell me that that Jessica could come over for Thanksgiving. So Smitty was like, "I mean, that's cool, but ain't she gonna be wanting to spend some time with her own family?" He was like, "Well, see, that's it. Her family, her parents are going to be going to some type of bougie ass brunch, so she's gonna be by herself. So pretty much." So she'll be the only one under 30 there, and she don't want to be bored as fuck. So you know how them kids are. So Smitty was like, "I mean, sure, but let me ask your pop." So he was like, "Oh, so it's a no." He was like, "Look, it's co-parenting for a reason, okay? We are both happy that you found somebody, but I just don't want the two of you to be getting too serious too quickly." In other words, Dad doesn't want you guys to be sharing more than just cranberry sauce. Whatever, girl. Get the bop, 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 bop. Hey. Man, two of my boos have come back this week. We had Tide, and now we got Febreze is back. How's your speech coming along? I have all my. How's it coming along? The committee would love to know. This is Nicole. I guess she's gonna have some type of speech, so she has Febreze that's back. Oh my God, both of my boos are back. I love it. I had all my talking points together, but you know me, mother says when I was a child, I would always be the one to redecorate my birthday cake if she let me. So, yeah. Yes, that's me. Oh, she was talking to Laura. Laura was like, that sounds about right. So, what are you envisioning? Well, oh, it might be a little too ambitious. For a Dupree event? Never. Now, Laura is talking to her, right, over the phone, her cell phone, and Nicole has her on speakerphone. You hear how fucking loud that damn music is. I told y'all that music is fucking loud. Jeez, I was like, who was that on the phone with Nicole? It's Laura sitting at Orphe Jeans with that loud ass music, girl. I swear. Laura says, honey, ambitious in Europe, and as far as a Dupree event is just the baseline, honey. Okay, then I would like to add a QR code that links to mental health services, hotlines, all that sort of stuff. I was gonna ask Samantha and Tyrell to help, but then I remembered that Samantha is barred from everything tag, and how hard it is for me to pry Tyrell away from his new girlfriend without the crowbar. I'm happy to help, Laura says. Oh, girl, I don't want to overwhelm you, Laura. You already are doing so much to help with the Winterfest, girl. And Thanksgiving is coming up, girl. You deserve a break, too. It's not a problem. I can do it, Laura says. Oh, and we see the diva coming in there, baby. Oh, speaking of your mother, she's just walked in, looking regal as ever, and she sure as hell is. Would you like to say hi? That coat, baby. Oh, we get a visitor at Nicole's office. It's Carlton. Mm. Tell mother that I will call her back. He was like, you got a minute? Yes, we got a minute. Yes. Was that my daughter? Yes, ma'am. She actually wants me to help her with her presentation stuff. She wants to do a slideshow, and I know that we were supposed to talk over these invoices, but if you are you okay if I get started on the presentation first? Of course, honey. Nicole's segment sets the tone for the entire evening. And honey, these bills ain't going nowhere. Thanks for being so accommodating, Laura said. Oh no, Laura, thank you. We are so fortunate you took an interest in Winterfest and expanded your duties to help us out this year. It's been fun, Laura says. I got to get going. All right, and in the background. When I tell you we've seen this bitch every day this week, every day. Laura, we really do have to stop meeting like this. Of course, it's Leslie bringing in that big old box of invites. Please let her tell Anita that she picked and chose who to come. And Anita was like, "That's not why the fuck I gave you that. I gave you to invite everybody, bitch. Everybody. People are going to think that I'm stalking you." She's weird. It's like she got an enemies list. She got Kat. Now she has Shanice. She has June. She's threatened Laura. It's like all these people she's threatening. Y'all better take a list, please. She's threatened so many people around that town. Oh, so she said she barely had. Well, we're back at the office at Nicole's office, and of course, Carlton had asked her, "Did she have a minute?" She said, "Barely. If you haven't forgotten." She's swimming in so many plans. You got Thanksgiving coming up and she's swamped trying to help her mother with Winterfest. It's just a busy time of the year for her. I have always admired the way that you would juggle your family and philanthropic commitments with a full patient roster. You make magic look routine, he says. She said, give Mona and Laura the kudos for that. If it wasn't for them, I would probably be prescribing medication to my potted plant and trying to water my patients. He says, you don't give yourself enough credit. You are truly an incredible woman. Carlton, he was like, laying it on thick. Sorry, he says, I can't help myself. She says, it's fine, it's fine. She says, just don't let it happen again. I guess her no is no, huh? I guess she'll get turned off if he does push on a little bit too thick. I get it. She says, I'm assuming you just didn't come by to witness me drowning over here in paperwork. He says, if you could do me the honor of letting me escort you to Winterfest. Uh-oh. It's okay, sweetie. She steps toward Laura. We're back at Orphe Jeans, and Laura is so afraid of that woman. I don't bite. I don't. Ugh. Not hard, anyway. Anita! So, because Laura left, she skedaddled out of there quick. "Ah, you saved me a trip." So Anita's sitting looking at her like, bitch, I didn't even invite you to, I didn't even say hi. That's the first thing. Oh, I was going to brave a drive to your estate to deliver these personally. That was until I saw Titus out in the parking lot. You are a stalker, honey. Well, don't trouble yourself for social niceties like waiting to be invited. Right. She didn't even ask, like, may I sit? Are you busy? Hello, Anita. Like she really believes that they're best friends. I said carnival yesterday. You bet, yeah. She got like the circus all in her head. It's like that's every time I see Leslie now, all I'm thinking about clowns and and bearded women, and it's just so much going on her mind that she don't even see reality. That's why that whole Peaches situation, she couldn't deal with it. She had to run out the damn hospital room. And don't mind if I do. Here you go. And so she slides her that big box of invitation. The Winterfest invites, hand addressed as promised. What was that with Laura? What? Oh, that. That was just a friendly greeting between acquaintances. I know a performance bitch when I see one. You know what? To be honest, I just don't know why that girl just jumps out of her skin every time we cross paths. Maybe I could just chalk it up to all those pesky rumors that I tried to hurt her. As if I would ever. I want you to listen to me very carefully, Anita said, because I don't repeat myself. Nicole thinks of Laura as family, which means she's fucking family to me. Do not trifle with her again. Oh, Anita, the last thing anyone would accuse me is of being is trifling. Yes, you is trifling, bitch. Back at the red door, they don't trust Tyrell being there at the house alone with Jessica. So he's just saying, look, just because Samantha's ass was all over this couch with Nathan, that don't mean I'm gonna do something that's stupid. I mean, wow, I'm stupid. He was like, look, your taste in guys, Nathan, he's fucking trash. Okay, Smitty was like, look, y'all, can we literally talk about anything else right now, please? We're not gonna go into details. He can't make no decisions until Martin gets there anyway. We know Martin is busy talking with Vernon, so yeah, we probably just get the big broom and sweep over this particular scene. So they're trying to think of stuff to talk about, not boring politics stuff, not. So they thought they might mention about colleges. So yeah, Smitty was like, "That's right, you went to talk about Isaiah. How did that go?" Oh, it went good, but he didn't sound too happy or enthusiastic. He was like, "What's going on?" Like, well, yeah, I mean, Banneker, I just want to keep my options open. That's what Tyrell says. He's like, wait a minute, you've been talking about their robotics program since your freshman year. I mean, that's all you've been talking about. Yeah, Banneker is one of the top HBCUs in the country. So what other colleges are you talking about? Boy, he better not say UCLA. He better not. He did. I'm considering UCLA. I've done that before. I came down here because I'm chasing some boy. Shit. I came to North Carolina because I'm originally from DC. Came to go to college because I thought that our colleges were close. I didn't want to go to the same college as he did. He went to a college way on the Eastern Carolina coast, and I'm in Charlotte, which is more western. Didn't know proximity, and I was like, damn, that's like 3 to 4, 5 hours away on bus, and I didn't drive back then. So, children, don't go chasing nobody. Don't go chasing nobody across town just to go to college with them, because once they see other people, baby, you are just chopped liver to them. Yeah, so we're back at the country club, and so Martin was like, look, tell me how you really feel, granddaddy. Sometimes a man needs more comfort than clarity. It's November, boy. You got less than a year before midterm re-elections, and that clock is ticking real loud than you even seem to realize. He says he is well aware, honey, his team already has a strategy in place. Vernon says, I'm not questioning your staff's preparation. I'm questioning yours. You seem to be just going through the motions. You think I'm going soft, he says. Vernon was like, well, I mean, you were a storm at one time, but lately, you're more like the, what did they say? Oh, the calm that follows that storm. It's funny that you mentioned storms, Martin says. Do you remember the summer of 2005? Shit, Vernon says, do I? Hell, that shit was a nightmare. But weren't you too young for that to even register? He said Martin says watching the news about the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, that was horrible. Horrible. If any of you guys were affected or impacted by Hurricane Katrina, my heart still goes out to you. If you had any family, friends, or loved ones, same. Just that was horrible. I went through Hurricane Hugo my first year. It was in August, September '89. Yeah, fall of '89. And so I had never been through a hurricane, and Hugo was horrible. But that Katrina, that was just a whole nother beast of burden. He just talks about, grandmothers and people stranded on rooftops and how bodies were floating down the streets where houses were. It was crazy just to see that. It was just so crazy. And the Superdome, it was supposed to be housed, people who were unhoused during that whole situation, and people were attacked a lot. Women couldn't even have a good night's sleep without some, because they threw everybody in there, whether you were middle class or homeless. They threw everybody in one space. So there were so many women, children were actually attacked in that space. It was horrible. I think they had to tear it down, right? The Louisiana Superdome. I think that they did, and because it was so messed up. And so Martin says, he continues on and says, and here we are in Fairmont Crest with well manicured lawns and security gates. He said it was just a few states away where people were suffering and dying. Yeah. You came to my study and asked me what were we going to do to help them people. Martin says, and you said, not enough. It will never be enough, but we have to continue to help to make it better. That is very true because, like I said, that was a tough time to behold. I swear it was. So Martin goes into it and says, that answer that Vernon gave him stuck with him that day, and that he didn't necessarily get into politics just to ride on the Dupree name. Really, Martin? Okay, all right. He be deep. He just wanted to make sure that, he wanted to get behind when the waters began to rise. Literally and figuratively. Y'all know he be deep. Y'all know Martin be deep. Now that's the firebrand that we need back in this damn race. The question is, where the fuck he go? Y'all better talk about politics. Y'all ain't slick beyond the gates. Do y'all know I was looking at Ariel. She plays Naomi here. The time that she had dinner with Bill and Jacob and and Haley, that dress that she had on, she did that. They did that recorded in August because she did like a quick get ready with me, and so she was dressed regular, and then she switched it out, and then she was dressed like that. So most of these episodes are recorded like a few months. So that particular episode, which just aired, maybe what last week when she had dinner with them, or maybe earlier, yeah, last week, of course, because today is today. Um, that was she did a little switcheroo of that outfit on August the 5th. So they're about August, September, October, November, about three months behind or so when it comes to their recording. Of course, they had a week off right before they started doing season two. So that's how I look at it. They're about 60 to 90 days behind. So we're 60 to 90 days behind when it comes to watching them do their episodes. So that gives me a good idea. So if they do take a break next week or for Thanksgiving, then I'm gonna give them breaks because again, this is just the first year. I know sometimes I can be hard on their asses. It's only been year one. Really not a complete year one. Oh, just like this administration. Jesus. I thought it made it clear that I was not ready to date you or anyone else so soon after my divorce. That is what Nicole tells Carlton. We're back at her office, honey. She sure know how to give a man motherfucker a wet dream. But again, yeah, if you're not ready to do that so soon after your divorce, that's her prerogative. I get it. I'm not, I'm just talking shit. Yeah, I know that's what I do. Well, this is not about me not taking no for an answer, he says. She said, well, when what the fuck is this about then? Our friendship, he says. Friendship? We are still friends, right? He said. Thank you for addressing the envelopes. The calligraphy is accurate. So this is Anita back at Orphe Jeans talking to Leslie about the invites. So let's see if she's reading over the lines. Hopefully, she notices there's some names that are missing. Oh, I know that you would love it. My seventh grade teacher once told me that my penmanship had extraordinary charisma with untapped genius. Guess it runs in the family. Well, girl, don't let me keep you. I'm sure that you are extremely busy with all of your various and vast projects, huh? Yes. No, it actually felt good to be useful again, especially since I haven't been working. My schedule's been wide open thanks to your generosity. Don't mention it, bitch. Oh, but I must. That trust that you set up for me and for my biological mother's heirs, that has given me such improvement in the station of my life. It makes me wonder, is she being sincere, which I know she's not, or she just like doing a real deep spit in Anita's face? It's like she like digs in, like leans in and digs in. Anita was like, "Don't mention it," and you just still keep talking, you stupid bitch. As well as Eva's, you have given my daughter something I never could: financial security. You really truly are like our fairy godmother. Like Anita ain't saying nothing. She just letting her go on and on and on. So what do we tackle next? So we're back at the red door. Smitty wants to know from Tyrell, where the fuck is this UCLA thought coming from? He talking about, Dad, it's a good school. I mean, yeah. But he was like, nah, boy, you've been talking about Banneker all these years. Nah, it's got to be something else. So we're not going to talk about it. We know Tyrell is eventually probably going to tell them it's because Jessica is going. So they talking about it, and she's like, he was like, he can get internships out in Silicon Valley, out, where UCLA is. And Jessica, I mean, Samantha is like, oh, please, you tell me the internships are taking you out there, or is it where Jessica's ass is going? Why you got such a big mouth? He tells her. Girl, don't move. I'm telling you, you kids, if you young, don't move and go to another college, the same college as your boyfriend or girlfriend from high school, because it never works out. Unless, there's some exceptions to the rules. But other than that, it never fucking works out. I'm not gonna cuss with y'all. I'm just telling you, it never works out. And so, I mean, we're back at the damn country club, and Vernon and Martin just talks about politics, about different people who were in politics, like John Lewis, which is my frat brother, Shirley Chisholm, different people who felt like they wanted to quit, but they didn't. They stuck it out and stuff. Um, yeah, that's all. It really wasn't much to talk about. No, I mean, politics is very important, but this ain't no politics channel. All right, y'all know I'll throw some nuggets in there to let you know that I'm aware, honey. But we are here for fun and the kiki. So at the end of that, this is pretty good. Now he says, Martin, big talk. He says, oh man, whatever, my second term will be so great that my first term will be like child's play. And he was like, who says you're going to have a second term? Vernon says. And he was like, wait a minute. You think there's somebody from the other side that's going to try to come? He said, it might be on the same side. You think so, Grandpappy? Grandpappy said, Martin, I don't think so. I know so. So somebody is running. There's going to be a challenge, which is going to be make it good for next year since midterms are coming. So if they put like some political spin and they get a person that's opposite of Martin that's going to be running against him, then we can see how political he really is. So I'm excited about seeing that. Hopefully that's a good setup. Thank you for your generous offer, Leslie, but I really won't be needing any more help from you, Itch. So get up and go. We're back at the Orphe Jeans. Yeah. My daughters have taken the reign, and Laura has Winterfest well in hand. My husband has even carved out time to pitch in. Oh, shit. Wow. Imagine that. A man like Senator Dupree, with so much on his plate, still finds the time to have his wife's back. Oh, my God. Such loyalty is inspiring, especially with the powerful men these days who have such wandering attention spans. Well, Winterfest is as important to Vernon as it is to me. Why do you want to destroy their relationship, Leslie? Do you want to be married to Anita? Why do you want to keep destroying families? You can't keep no fucking secrets except for your own. Okay, my stomach is turning in figure eights again. Whew, just calm down, Sean. It's a family affair, Anita says. Affair being the operative word. What does that mean? Oh, I heard that Winterfest is quite the affair to experience, and I am simply honored to have played such a modest and supporting role. And yet another triumph for the incomparable Dupree. Apologies. Her phone buzzes. Oh, it's the hospital. She takes the phone call right there in front of Anita instead of her stepping away. Hello? Yes, this is she. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I am on the way. Now, little does she know, Anita is taking that in. She sees that there's a weakness in Leslie that Leslie has never shown before. So, with her sitting there trying to be all show offy in front of Anita taking that phone call, there's a part there that Anita learns about her. So Anita's gonna keep that in the back of her silver head mind. Oh well, I hate to cut this short. Oh, what a shame. We were having such a good ass time. But the doctor, I know, but the doctor, he's overseeing the clinical trial for Peaches. So Anita don't know who the fuck Peaches is. Like I tell you, that girl lives in a circus in her brain. The woman who raised you. Yes, yes. He's wanted me to come in for an update. She's in the hospital. No, I didn't know. Please tell her I'll hold a good thought. Thank you, Anita. Oh, I'm still going to stop by later because do have some ideas that I want to run by you for Winterfest. That won't be necessary. Oh, no, no, no. I insist because I want to be of service. I do. Toodles. Anita just rolled her fucking eyes. Of course, we are still friends. Why wouldn't we be? We're back at Nicole's office talking with Carlton. I know that I came in hot, right? Rushing things when your heart was still healing. Timing has never really been my strong suit. So if that cost me the chance to be with you, pushing for something more, I would regret it, but accept it. But what I won't accept is knowing that I wrecked a friendship that we've built over so many years. Remember all those good times that we had at those Winterfest after parties? Like when you started that ridiculous line dance. Your father jumped in like he was auditioning for Soul Trade. Poor Nita could barely catch her breath from laughing watching him cut loose. And Danny tried that viral dance that Chelsea taught her. This is him talking. In her 6-inch Louis Vuittons. That's what Nicole said. Oh, that poor caterer. She nearly took him out with that fan kick. That damn Danny can do that fan kick, baby. Shit. That leg of hers can reach the high heaven. On nerves went flying everywhere. Ah, he says. I miss this. So have I, she says. Well, back at the country club, Vernon tells Martin that he's hearing from national political committee insiders that he is on track to face a serious primary challenger, and I cannot wait to know who that is. How do we know it's not just rumors? Vernon was like, shit, rumors don't book war rooms or hire posters. Ooh, this has been brewing for weeks, maybe longer, Vernon said. Martin said, I must have pissed off somebody really high this time. Or, Vernon says, their asses were playing chess from the start. Keep you busy with subcommittees, let you drown in red tape. Then come election year, claim your ass broke all your promises. But the why don't matter now. No, 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 no. We need to ensure your political career doesn't crash and burn after the first term. All right, Bart. So Martin agrees. He said, yeah, his attention has been divided. Even that education bill that he mentioned earlier has been very toothless. The truth is, he says, that bureaucracy and minutia has been weighing him down. So Vernon suggests that he take a holiday to do some soul searching, just to make sure that this is something he wants to do. So Vernon, about to leave, he tells him, like, your first campaign, boy, was underestimated. They won't make that mistake again. Thank you, Vernon. Vernon better pump up his grandson. It could get ugly, he says. You need to make sure your family is ready for it. Ooh, how ugly can it get? So yeah, Tyrell lies and talks about the fact that Jessica's not the only reason why he wants to go to UCLA, and Smitty's like, I'm not done. She's the main reason. Now he wants to avoid talking about, can we not talk about this right now? So just like any kid, when you 16, 17, that person accepts you for who you are. He said he ain't got the code switch. He ain't got to not nerd out. She accepts him for just who he is. But that's who he is now. That's who she is now. When she gets on campus and she be around all them sports and frat boys, honey, she's gonna change. And you're gonna feel like you followed her all the way to Cali for nothing. So we're not gonna go through all this conversation unless they say something deep. Thank you for speaking your truth and letting me know that you want to preserve our friendship. That is Nicole talking to Carlton about their friendship. That's sweet. I know that it couldn't have been that easy, especially given how long you've carried those feelings. Carlton, baby, how baby, you probably got so many women that you can kick it with who are single, darling, who really probably is looking at you, but you ain't paying no attention to them, all right? I know Nicole is beautiful. She's smart. She's accomplished. She's single now, but it's fresh. Just go ahead and move on, but darling. And then when she wants you, guess what? You're gonna be moved on. So, and then you best friends with her ex. It's like it will never work. It's good to be ambitious, honey, but not that ambitious, baby. And it's messy. Does that mean you're not going to Winterfest with me? She just shook her head. He was like, look, I promise not to embarrass you with my dancing. It's like him and Leslie need to kick it because they both don't know how to take no as an answer. Maybe they should have let him kick it with Leslie instead of I can imagine if he started kicking it with Leslie, how Ted would be acting. He was like, okay, too much. She was like, you are persistent. I am a big believer in manifestation. I mean, me too, baby. But if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Have you ever heard the saying that says, what God has for me is for me? All right now. He says, all right now, I am manifesting you on my arm at your family's annual soiree. He said, all right now, just because I said it. And I do believe in manifestation, but come on now. And after everything you've been through, he says, you deserve a night where someone is thinking about your happiness for a change. Okay, smooth talker. You wore me down. Yes, he says, I will let you escort me as my friend. I need that to be clear. That is more than enough for me, he says. He turns to leave and then he turns around and points at her. He says, for now. She was like, I never do this. This is the first time I'm ever going to do this, all right? I'm going to fast forward through the Smitty and Tyrell scene because I know it's a good, father son moment. I know it is. I have no doubt about that. But I'm not going to tell you that I have been too pleased with this episode today. I'm not pleased with episode number 177. It's an okay episode. But I like the drama and the kiki and all of that, and I'm sure it's gonna be a feel good scene. But I'm doing a first, y'all. I'm skipping over this scene. He just wants to talk about them being in false care. I don't know. I'm just gonna skip over it. I'm sorry. If they said something that was profound, y'all put it in the comments for me, please. I'm just not today. So Martin finally gets home, and he kind of all they were finished talking about love, and Smitty pretty much tells Tyrell like if it's real, every real love needs to be tested, but the real finishing line is if it sustains, it has to pass that test. Anyway, Tyrell gets a FaceTime from Jessica because they can start their binge watching of some type of anime thing. And so when he goes upstairs, Smitty tells Martin that they need to talk. So we see Vernon. Vernon looks good in his like blue and black eyes on the costume sweatsuit. He's at the country club and he says, hello, my love. Well, hello yourself, honey. How'd the match go with Martin? I beat the pants off his ass. He thought he had me in the third set, but he forgot. I've been volleying with Kylie, who are twice as fast as, and twice who are twice as fast and half as humble since the Clinton administration. Damn, that's a long time, Pops. Well, it does sound like your day is going a lot better than mine. Did you discuss with him what you intended? I lit a fire under his ass about them damn midterms. He'll get his act together. Good, she says. I know we once wanted him to walk away from politics altogether, but now that certain ghosts from his past are laid to rest, it's time our grandson steps fully into the role he was born into. Go ahead, Clifton. He says, "Amen to that." Y'all know he played an amen as who was he? All I hear, pastor. I can't remember. Y'all gonna tell me, ain't you? I remember Raleigh. I remember Deacon Thelma. Why do I cannot remember? Is it Pastor Davis? I can't remember who he played. What was his role name on Amen, y'all? Raleigh was a mess, honey. And the sisters, the thicker one, she's really good. I can't think of her name, but she's done soap opera. She's done shows. She's so much of a wonderful personality. I can't think of her name. Y'all could tell me them in the comments as y'all always do. Y'all know my brain. So she's still on the phone with her man, and she turns and she sees Eva walks in and tells her husband over the phone, speaking of ghosts, I feel like I'm being haunted today. So Eva gets there, honey. What's going on? He says. Oh, nothing I can't handle, honey. I'll have to call you back. I'll be counting the minutes until you do. He hangs up. She hangs up. Mrs. Dupree. Eva, you haven't seen my mother, have you? We're supposed to meet here for lunch. She just left. Of course. And without texting or calling. Typical mama. Well, actually, she got a call from the doctor about peaches. Well, look, nothing your mother said suggested an emergency. Thank God. I hope she didn't wear your nerves too thin while she was here. Well, I would be lying if I said otherwise, child. But you needn't trouble it yourself, girl. I know exactly how to handle that mother of yours. Child, we see even the way Leslie presses the damn elevator button gets on my fucking nerves. She presses it and it twirls her hand. I was like, why you just can't press the fucking elevator button like everybody else, girl? Why you gotta press it and twirl your hand? Shit. Girl, that elevator dings. And guess who was getting off the elevator at the same time, meeting her face to face? Laura. When you really have to stop meeting like that. Laura tried to get around her, and she blocks her. What's the matter, little girl? Can't got your tongue? Thank you. Thank you, Laura. I am not a little girl. Thank you. Because I said she's a grown ass fucking woman. Fuck you call her a little girl. Like I said, she has no respect. Leslie has no. She's really like dropping like big boulders around, giving clues that she did hurt her. Laura just gonna have to have some type of camera or phone on her when Leslie definitely confesses to that shit or something. She says, "I'm a grown ass woman, and I'm telling your ass to get out of my damn way. You better cuss her ass out, Laura. No, 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 no. There is no way in virtual reality or any reality that we're gonna have Tyrell chase some damn girl across the damn country. I knew that when Martin came there, some light, some fires, some matches was gonna be striked. I knew that. We're back at the red door, honey. I knew that. That's why I was waiting for his ass to come back because he ain't gonna have no kumbaya about Tyrell moving across the country to follow some girl. No way in hell. Smitty tells his ass, baby, you need to breathe. The last thing we need to do is have Tyrell being pissed as fuck as you when he bring his ass downstairs, clippity clippity clopping and shit. All that's gonna do is want him to go closer to LA just to spite our asses. So you need to chill the fuck out. What is happening to our children? Because he can't understand. Child. It happens, honey. I mean, Samantha's out here rebranding her fucking self as some lovesick groupie. And now, my steady, grounded, logic driven son is about to throw away Banneker for a teen romance that might not even survive the first semester. You better say that, Vernon. I mean, he sound like Martin. Martin just had a really nice, whoop ass pickleball, whatever game with his grandpappy. Now you come home and you blow a top. Martin. Something wrong with Martin. Martin petty. He already said he's petty, but something's wrong with that boy. He goes from 0 to 100 within seconds. You just walking from one scene to the next, baby, and you just blow your top. It's just sickening, and it's not even a good sickening. Shh, damn. Smitty had to shush him because he all loud and screaming and shit. Smitty was like, he's 17. Damn. He's straddling the fence between boy and man. You remember that age. Everything you think about and do is life or death. He said this decision, Martin don't hear him. This decision will indeed impact his whole damn life. I ain't about to sit back and let him throw that shit all the way in pursuit of some damn puppy love. Smitty was like, look, I am not saying that he should do this shit. I'm just saying he can do a hell of a lot worse than damn UCLA. So Martin goes down this little, spiel about how Banneker leads the way with cybersecurity, damn, everything. I need to go there. I don't remember seeing Banneker University on the HBCU list, and I went to a HBCU. Smitty was like, "Baby, you are preaching to the converted. I know how amazing Banneker is. Damn." Now, just remember the last time we tried to take control. That's what Smitty says. And Martin was like, you mean when I went to go talk to Tyrell's principal and created a whole shit show for him at school? Smitty was like, and yeah, and I was being real nice. I appreciate that, Martin said. So Martin finally calms down after he thinks about it. So he listens to Smitty because he said, what's our play here? I appreciate you standing by me and bringing me down, right? So Smitty says, we wait. We watch, we guide. We cross that bridge if and when it happens. Because, like, it's just November. You got about 6, 7 more months. No, less than that. November. I got to count on my fingers. November, December, January, March, April, May, June. 6 to 7 months, yeah. So a lot could happen now between now and then. So Martin says that's quite the opposite advice that he received from his grandpappy. So he was like, "Wow, that squash game with Vernon was that bad." Smitty said. Uh, Martin was like, "Yeah, he handed me my ass twice." I love this script. Sometimes the follow through sucks, but the one liners is mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. Once on the court and afterwards. So he handed me my ass twice. And he said he dropped a bomb on me. He dropped a bomb on me. Hey, baby, hey, you dropped the bomb on me. Hey, who sings that? You dropped the bomb on me. Hey, baby, hey, you dropped the bomb on me. Now, who sings that? I know y'all know that. But who sings it? I want y'all to tell me in the comments below. All right. Once again, I'm sorry about my mom. We're back at Orphe Jeans with Eva and the lady Anita Dupree. And not just for today, but honestly for all of it. And she did exactly what her mammy should have did. Anita invited her to sit down. And she didn't say sit down, she just took her hand and you know when to sit when somebody invites you in. Leslie doesn't know that. She doesn't know it. We had seen her ass every day this week. Every day. God almighty. I hope you know that I will never forgive myself for helping Mama go after Nicole. She didn't deserve any of that. No, she didn't. But neither did you deserve to have your head filled with lies either. I still have free will. I could have seen through Mama's toxic narrative and done my own research. But you did, honey. You did that eventually. Once you got to know Nicole and Tad, you realized that they weren't the villain in your mother's little soap opera. Mm-mm. As angry as I am at Ted and Leslie for what they did to my daughter, I do recognize that you were just collateral damage in all of this. I understand that you and Tad managed to forge a relationship. Now, remember, Kat had came there to the palace to go talk to her yesterday or earlier. Remember the episode 176. But ain't it something how she's talking to Anita, which makes me think real more and more that Eva is Nicole's daughter. I wish I had him in my life from day one, but better late than never. It's definitely an upgrade for my stepdad, who treated me like mama's baggage. And when he got sick, it drained us for every cent we had. I'm thankful for what I had with Alan. Please, Anita, take this as a nugget and have somebody do some research on Alan. Please. Is it Alan Thomas? Please. Somebody go look up Alan's past and find out how that motherfucker died. Please. It just makes me appreciate Tad so much more. And the little mouse finally decided to roar. We're back at the hospital. Laura is trying to walk away from this bitch, and she keeps poking and poking, which proves that she's guilty even the more. If she wasn't guilty, you would say what you needed to say and leave that baby alone. Laura says, I'm done being afraid of your ass. From the moment you ran my ass off that road, my life has been hell. Living in a prison in my mind while your ass has been walking around scot fucking free, like nothing happened. Kim from Lolo, if you insist on spreading these creative narratives, I'll have no choice but to file a suit of defamation that is so devastating. Even your grandchildren will be paying restitution. Laura says, I'm not lying, bitch. You tried to kill me. Not just once, but twice. I just added that. I haven't pushed play yet. If she said it, then I'm right. But she did twice. She said it not once, but twice. She says the police might not have found that evidence, honey, but we both know the truth, bitch. Ooh, she said, make no mistake. If I wanted you dead, worms would be feasting on your rotten flesh as we speak. Ooh, I don't leave loose ends. I'm just kidding. Oh, girl, you should see your face. I know everyone is casting me to be the big bad villainess. I hate when she used that voice. I hate it. I hate it. That couldn't be further from the truth. Okay? Okay. So, how about we make a truce? She hands her hands out, puts her hands out to shake hands with Laura. Laura, don't touch her, girl. That exchange of that evil ass spirit on you. So Nicole pops up and says, what the fuck's going on here? Oh, your lovely assistant and I were just comparing notes about how magical it's been helping your family with Winterfest. So why not she just tell Nicole the truth about Laura is accusing her of running her over? She had to make up a lie, which proves she did it. Weren't we, Laura? Laura's looking at her. This is sick, bitch. Some chamomile with a little lavender to help settle your nerves. You could put lavender in tea. I know chamomile helps you relax and stuff. I've been hearing a lot of this on this show. Do y'all do chamomile with lavender? I've always thought of lavender as being like an essential oil to put on your skin. I like sometimes if I have like a lavender oil, I will put it at the bottom of my feet at night, and the aromas somehow, I guess there are certain nerves in your feet. If you look at your bottom, you feel those lines and stuff. It goes through your bloodstream and it really helps relaxes you. So if you have like a lavender oil or like straight lavender, or don't drench it now, because I don't know if you have an allergy. But for me, if I have like a lotion or a whipped shea butter, I coat, I don't coat it, but I put it just at the bottoms of my feet. I go between the toes and stuff. And it's so relaxing. You could put a sock on there, it'll help moisturize your feet, especially now with it being close to winter time. But it's hot here and now in Charlotte. I told you 2 weeks ago it was snowing. Now it's 70 degrees. Anyway, if you want to relax, you can always like spray your sheets with lavender, um, or you can burn a lavender candle, or you can burn a lavender incense, accent incense, or you can rub your feet after you take a nice hot shower. Leave a little bit of moisture on your body, and of course, moisturize yourself with just a little bit of water and stuff that really leaves your skin soft. And on your feet, rub lavender all over your feet, especially on the bottoms. And it is the most relaxing sleep that you can have. So yeah. I'm so sick of letting that woman get to me, Nicole. That's what Laura said. Every time I'm past that shit, she shows right back up and I go right back into being terrified. I, you know, I don't blame her. And like she said, she's walking around here like like her shit don't stink. It's just so unfair. Nicole tells Laura, girl, you should be very proud of yourself, honey. Standing up to that bitch took a lot of courage. Oh, she said it took everything she had. The whole time she was standing there looking at that ugly face. She's beautiful, but her heart felt like it was about to burst because it was beating so hard and so fast. I feel sorry for Laura. I really do. What y'all gonna say in the comments? Justice for Laura. That will never die until that bitch gets wear orange jumpsuit. Justice for Laura, definitely. So she asked Nicole, is there anything that she can prescribe to help her with this anxiety that Leslie causes? I don't think that medication is what you need, girl. Leslie is banking on keeping you destabilized. But I can help you develop some coping skills to help recognize her tactics and neutralize them. I'm sorry, y'all. Laura is a beautiful chocolate girl. I don't know what her real name is. I've looked up everybody except for her, so I'll find her. But she has on white fingernail polish. A lot of girls wear white fingernail polish. They really do. But I cannot help think about Diddy and the Cassie situation and the white fingernail polish. Not laughing about what happened. That whole thing was a nightmare for that baby, and she got paid for it. Still dealing with it, But how he wanted her to wear white fingernail polish, and if you know, you know. Please don't put it in the comment section, please, please, because your comment might get blocked, not by me but by YouTube, because we all know that it was a little bit, off colored. Why he wanted her to wear the white fingernail polish to go against a certain skin color. So, but I can't. Anytime I see somebody with white fingernail polish as white as hers, I'm like, damn, I can never look at white fingernail polish the same. So Laura said, please, anything you can give me that'll help, ease this anxiety. So Nicole tells her she's going to start working on a plan, but in the meantime, she thinks that there is something that she can give her, prescribe her that might help her out a little bit. Laura was like, what? Nicole says, a hug. Oh, because that's her friend. I keep thinking that Laura is like a daughter figure to her, but no, that's her friend. That's her girl, girl. Ooh, like what I said earlier. Leslie is still at the nurse's station. She turns around and somebody gets off the elevator. Carlton. Ooh, she says, what a lovely surprise. He says, is it? Absolutely, she said. I have been thinking about you quite a bit lately, Carlton. Oh, may I call you Carlton? He says, depends on why. I want us to become better acquainted. I think they look good together, don't y'all? I know James want Nicole's last name to be Fitzgerald so bad, but I like the way they look, y'all. I'm sorry. I like the way Leslie looks with Carlton way better than I like the way she looks with Dad. I mean, after all, she tells him, we do have so much in common. He says, and what exactly would that be, Big? For starters, our desire to make sure that Ted and Nicole never find their way back. My thing about this bitch, does she ever have an off button? She turned from throwing shit in Anita's face at Orphe Jeans to fussing out Peaches about her pain, fussing out Shanice. Then she turned around crying on Ted's shoulders. Then she told Eva, I need for you to get here fast. Then she left. Then she threatened Laura. Now she's almost pretty much threatening Carlton. It's like, does she have an off button? Where is it? Does she sleep good at night? It's like I said, it's good that this character, we hate her enough that we don't like her. That means she's playing the fuck out of this role. But she's wearing on my soul this week. Back at the red door, Martin just gives Smitty the spiel about how Vernon gave him all the tea about this primary challenger that he need to get ready for because he's preparing your ass for war. So Smitty was like, yeah, he got some former colleagues that moved from the newsroom to politics, and he was like, look, this could be ugly. They leave no stone unturned. They look at everything from financials to Facebook likes. I'm like, damn, chat. Me and my baby better not ever run for politics. He was like, baby, this could be bad. Because at one point, he's really smart and he knows a lot of about his city because he's from here. And I'm like, sometimes I wish that he could maybe be on the school board and stuff because he really is good. He's really super dope. But if they dig that fucking deep shit, never mind, baby, never mind. Let's let's be ordinary citizens. So Martin was like, "Are you cool with that? With them dragging our entire lives into the spotlight again?" He was like, "Damn." He was like, "Well, when I first married you, I didn't just marry the man, honey. I married the mission. I mean." So his passion for public service is one of the things that Smitty said made me fall in love with you in the first place. Boo. So Martin says he needs to find that passion again. He's like, "You will." Smitty was like, "Your ass will." But I need for you to promise me one thing. I need for you to start putting our family first, honey, before uh before the primaries, before constituents, before everybody. When Tyrell's ass graduates, your ass need to be there. When Samantha has her cotillion, you're there. When we have our anniversary, Cameras or no cameras, honey, your ass is right there. All right? Okay? Martin says he promises family over politics. I don't believe his ass. Don't believe him because Vernon always has had influence over Martin's decisions. And no matter how much he sit there and promises Smitty, his commitment and his alliance is stronger with Martin than it ever has been or ever will be with Smitty. Sorry, boo. Don't believe you. While I will never condone Leslie's antics, I can't help but feel modicum of empathy for her. We are back at Orphe Jeans with that loud ass music with Anita and Eva talking. I can't imagine what it would be, what it would have been like to raise a child without a stable partner. I thank God for my Vernon each and every day. Now I know no one is perfect, but that husband of mine, honey, comes pretty damn close. You definitely are one of the lucky ones, Mrs. Dupree. And they have a really good split screen of they fade in from her on one side of the screen as they fade into Vernon on the phone with Sharon. Sharon? Yeah. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Our last time together was as he looks around. One for the record books. Got that old sly ass, slick ass Melba Moore punch a bitch in the face ass smile. Okay, okay, that was the end of 177. So now we're gonna review kind of what coming up next week. We see Haley. I don't like the dress she has on because it's brown, and I thought she was pregnant because it was it's very lumpy in the front. Let me rewind this a little bit more. Maybe I thought I saw things. Isaiah, what can I say? She runs into Isaiah at the country club. Now Isaiah looks cute today. He got on a little pinstripe jacket, you know, a little white tee. He got his gold chains, baby. All the hair is pulled up in a ponytail. I mean, she just want to eat him up, I swear. I'm a fool for love. Does she love him? Or she just want to fuck him? Ew, she's just so thirsty. Loyalty matters a lot to me, Tomas. That is Bill talking to Tomas in another part of the country club. That's why I want to talk to you about your future at the firm. Oh, we are at Uptown. We see my booth, Marcel. Hello there, pretty lady. Leslie is there. She says, "You are a cop." He says, "Is that a problem?" And as he's sitting there she's having her martini, he's got his beer, he's sitting at the table with Leslie. Guess who comes in and catches them? I said this. Ted. Now, Ted don't want to see her with nobody else, I think. Like I said, I think that if I would have loved to see his reaction if she would have kicked it with Carlton. But he's seeing her with Marcel, and he act like he don't like what he sees. You knew that your ex would be here, and you brought me here anyway. This is Haley telling Bill that at the country club. Why would you do that? Where's the fire extinguisher? The riches of the back, honey, and I guess Andre and Danny about to burn the fuck out of her house. He's spraying all the damn fire down. Somebody ain't cook right with some a fire extinguisher, and that is the end. That's highlights from next week. Maybe they're trying to cook stuff for Thanksgiving. Anyway, this week was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. Just seeing Leslie every day just got on my nerves, but it was pretty dope. Leave your comments below. I asked y'all a shitload of questions. Believe it or not, it is the next day. It's Saturday. Friday was a day, and so I said I need to finish this. I started. It's like it took me half the night and then most of the day to finish this. Got to do some errands. Went to a friend's show last night. She did a one woman show. She does this tribute of Eartha Kick that is fucking amazing. Amazing. Whenever her video comes out, I think she's gonna do a teaser of it. I was in the audience on that day, and I will be sure to. I'll get her permission first before I can show it here. But I need for y'all to just check her out. She's phenomenal as Eartha Kitt. Um, and I told y'all I have a one woman show that I'm working on as well. I'm gonna drop a little teaser video next week on Thanksgiving of a video that I do of a character. I have a channel dedicated to her, but I haven't started doing any material on her yet because I have to take time to dress like her. It is a lot. It's a lot. But I will. I will definitely do some material on her. I think she's pretty funny. And I will it's a Thanksgiving of all of the things that she's thankful for, and I think y'all will get a laugh out of that. Y'all think I'm funny anyway, so why not? Share one more thing with you guys because we's family, right? Share, y'all know Auntie hustles. I still haven't had a chance to finish damn Reasonable Doubt. I will. I will. I really want to finish it. I think I have four more episodes to complete. Like I said, I might just mash them all together and just do it as one video because I really don't get a lot of views on those videos, but I really want to get to the end. So I might just binge watch that when I get back in town with Boo on next weekend because I won't be doing nothing. So I might do that. All right, I think that was it. Hopefully y'all are well. You never know, I might drop in at some time this weekend to do a live. Um, or maybe next weekend, who knows? But I will definitely do another live before the weekend is over with. I feel like doing a live on a Saturday afternoon is better because I don't have a lot of spams. If I do it like on a Friday night, every weirdo comes on. Someone show this, do that, say hi, and then they'll spam you saying say 50 highs. It's like, why? I don't understand why. Then they want to be racist and stuff. That stuff don't bother me, honey. It don't bother me at all. All right, but y'all take it easy. Be safe out there. I gotta get ready to. I told you I was going to see. Me and Boo are going to see Ruben tonight. Ruben stuttered. He's doing a whole tribute to Luther Vandross, and I'm excited. I might take some pictures of my outfit. I might. We'll see. Sometimes when I'm intentional about dressing up, it's cute, but then when I'm not, I'm like, I'm good. All right. I love you guys. All right. Auntie loves you. Let me go ahead and splice these together. No pictures in this one because it didn't really give. I just talked. I didn't see anything that made me like pow, poo, pop, nothing. So won't no pictures. It'll be one main one throughout, and I'll have another one on here as the thumbnail. So all right. See y'all in the next video. Bye.